we're live here on Odd Musings, episode number 145.
145.
How's everybody doing?
Doing well. How are you, Brett?
Good. We're trying a new thing, guys. We're doing our social distancing, keeping ourselves apart, much to your chagrin. But
otherwise known as living life like an artist.
yes. And
the last 10 years being a professional artist, I worked in solitude in my house 10 to 12 hours a day, just drawing. And I'm loving this. Getting caught up on all the artwork I wanted to do, and my stories written. It's been great.
All right, so we were trying a new thing through a new partner, not an official sponsor, but we got turned on to them by Randy Zimmerman and Variant Grant. They use it through their Indie Volt. And so this is, I think, a cool thing, a little bit better than our normal Facebook Live videos that we were doing. We'll be able to share a little bit with you more as we go on with this and learn more how it works, adding graphics, things like that. But as always, well, we've got some sponsorships that we got to pay for. So let's go ahead and do that. So, Scott, why don't you kick it off, man?
All right. Well, first and foremost is Stony Creek Hemp. They've been great sponsors of ours. We absolutely love what they do. All their products are 100% natural. And Brett and I talk about them week after week. It's just amazing what they do for all parts of your body. It's industrial hemp. So there's no THC in this. It's 100% industrial hemp. And they have strict government guidelines that they follow and testing to make sure that their crops are being produced without the THC in them. So we highly recommend them. We really do. It's pretty amazing what they do with the managing pain and inflammation using all natural products. And just this week, I had a client of mine. We did some houses that we were showing, and they ended up buying a house. And at the home inspection, one of their family members were talking about some pain issues they were experiencing. And so I went on to Stony Creek Hemp and got that ordered for them. And it's on its way right now. They should be getting it in the next day or two. So I'm really excited to find out how it works for them. Another friend of mine I was speaking to a couple weeks ago, also pain issues. And they've been going through all different types of methods of trying to alleviate this. Oh, there it is right there. That was the topical cream. And that's actually what I ordered for them. And so anyways, I'm looking forward to some great testimonials. There's the oil. You can order straight from their website, stonycreekhemp.com, or you can follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Stony Creek Hemp. That's STONY Creek Hemp. We can't say enough about them. Great people, great products, small family-owned farm right here in Michigan.
Yeah, if you're watching the live video or replay the video, we got that scrolling on the bottom for you, so you got that website there. But another great sponsor, and they do carry the Stony Creek Hemp products, is the Loringer Family Chiropractic. Loringer Family Chiropractic, where your journey to wellness begins here. You can build a healthy lifestyle with chiropractic care. At Loringer Family Chiropractic Center, PC, they take great pride in providing finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. They offer on-site physical therapy, massage therapy, orthotics with foot levelers, young living essential oils, aromatherapy, full line of vitamins. They do digital x-rays, which is key. One thing I've been told is if a chiropractor's not doing x-rays before they adjust you, you want to run out the door. And then they do it in a family-oriented environment. You can give them a call, 734-697-4244. That's their Belleville location. They're also located in Dexter, Michigan, as well as Belleville, Michigan. We have the scrolling LoringerFamilyChiropractic.com on the video here. You can visit them online through our sponsors page at oddmusings.com. They carry the Stony Creek Hemp. They carry a lot of great products like the Young Living with the coronavirus stuff. I've been using Thieves, which is a brand through that for over a year now to fight con crud. And I can tell you, it's really helped keep me from getting sick after the shows compared to what a lot of people have. So,
and based on years of experience, con crud I think is more deadly than the corona.
Yeah, and if you're interested,
it's like a guarantee when con season comes.
Yeah, and you can also contact me about the Young Living essential oils, as I do have access to order it and ship to you, as I'm also a participating person with that as well, because I've been using it so much, I figured I might as well just join and save some money. So, but right. We have another great sponsor, and Scott's wearing the hat.
Team Titans of Real Estate. Why? Because you matter. You know, we're always being updated with the latest in training, tools, technology. And all of those things are great, and they help us in our pursuit of getting you the best home possible. At its core, it's still a relationship between us and you. That's what matters. That's our number one priority, and we always remember that. So many places want to go to these all digital platforms, and there's no connection to you. There's no customizing the search for you. One of my recent clients, they were really trying hard to find a place using a competitor, and they were just so upset with the results. They are on a time crunch. They're doing a job transfer, and everything had to be done on that realtor's timetable, and they weren't available much after hours or anything. And they were getting down to their deadline of having to move, not finding anything. They contacted us. We had a consultation with them, learned what their wants and needs are, and we were able to find them something very quick because of their work schedule. They had off hours, but we accommodated them, and we were able to find them a house, and the offer was accepted. We're moving forward. So that's what we do for you guys. We really go all out for you. This is a big decision that you're going through, a big life-changing, thing. And it's probably their largest asset that you'll buy in your lifetime. So we take it seriously, and we really want you to get what you need. And even during right now, I know everybody's in social distancing and lockdown, and real estate is still moving. I was shocked at the number of houses that went live this week. A lot of new listings popped up. And if you're a buyer, it really is a great time for you right now, because the chances of bidding wars right now are lower than usual. So we could get you out there and find you that great deal with the use of things like bridge loans. We can delay the selling of your house. So you could, if you wanted to ride it out and sell later, you could. Or if you're ready to sell now, we can help you sell now. Either way. But just want to let you know, real estate is still moving. Everything's going strong. And there's no panic. There really isn't. Awesome. How do you find us? Call me, 586. I almost forgot that part. 586-549-6096. Or find us online. Follow us on Facebook. Team Titans RE. The letters RE for real estate. That's the best way to find us on there. I want to give a non-sponsor shout out too.
Yeah.
Our friends at T-24.
Yes.
I'm wearing their Ghostbuster shirt. And
I'm wearing one of their shirts. I'm wearing my Gryffindor shirts today, but I've just watched.
But they do have a ton. They do have a ton of Harry Potter shirts also.
Yes. Yeah.
But they've been doing a lot of posts trying to help their friends out with reading people. For those of you watching, we're part of the Comic-Con community of artists and vendors and things like that. And coronavirus, all these quarantines and everything, shut a lot of those shows down. And for a lot of artists, this is their main source of income. So, find your local artists. If you have artists that you follow, make a purchase from them. Buy through their online store. T-24 are some good friends of ours. TEEMINUS24.com. They've got great shirts that they sell. But for all of us that do this, that's a major part of our income. So, help out your local artists. Make a buy.
Definitely. And as I'm playing around with the different things we can do here, there's a little bracket for you. I was going to try a couple things here. I know they've got some sales going on at T-24. So it's good to support. It's good to check them out. And try to see if I can get a graphic for you guys on that. But there we go.
This is a really cool software, though. I'm really excited about this. It's called StreamYard.
We don't have to pay extra.
No, but what's nice about this too is something happens in the middle of the week or on the weekend, and I can jump on here whenever we want. We can do some live streams, and pretty cool software. Yeah. And this, I've also been seeing a lot of people talk about Zoom. ZOOM. I have not used that myself, but I guess that's another platform a lot of people are using to do group chats all on video. So you can have like all together, all the video talking to each other. Phil Webler, my real estate partner, her daughter does violin lessons.
Yeah.
And because of all the Corona stuff, they they switched over to Zoom and they're doing virtual lessons. So she sets up
Oh,
her
nice.
phone. Yeah, she sets up her phone and she plays her violin to the phone, and the instructor can watch what she's doing and give tips and pointers and all that stuff. So there's some cool platforms out there.
Yeah, definitely. So those are pretty cool. We're going to play around more as we go along with this. I think one thing I'm going to talk to Scott about is he's going to have to learn how to hardwire his computer into his internet box so he's not lagging. You're getting a little lag.
To what?
You're getting a little lag.
Oh, now on my end, you're breaking up a little bit too. So I don't know if that's me or you. It might be me though.
I think it's you because I'm not breaking up on my end at all. So,
Nah, okay.
yeah.
Maybe I'll try a different location next time in the house.
Yeah, we'll figure
Maybe I
it
got to
out.
buy a amplifier.
Well, it also says just because we're talking about the StreamYard here, they recommend hardwiring in to get better connection. So that's using an actual cable and not the Wi-Fi, and that's something I may think about running too, just to make sure it connects up better. But it's fine. We're making it work, guys. We're enjoying being here with y'all. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the show. If you got any comments, please let us know here. But I did want to share a picture real quick. And there's Lisa from T-24 with some of their shirts, including their Hocus Pocus one there. That's a favorite of Connie the Comic Con moms and that. So definitely check that out. A lot of other cool stuff. But definitely, just to help promote our pals, check out. I'm gonna put this across here. It's www.teeminus24.com. And while they have sponsors in the past, we're not trying to get them to sponsor us, but they're good friends. We want to make sure that they are getting your business if you're looking for some new shirts, things like that. I wear them all the time at the conventions. I've already got a new Picard one that just came out, Picard Riker. It's for it's like their election type. So definitely check out T-24.com.
And they're comfy and high quality. Yep. They actually do. They're not just taking designs from other people. They actually come up with their design. So
yeah. Lisa's the designer. Yep. So so a lot of changes over the last week since we last were on the air and got to hang out with y'all.
Yep.
Some stuff here.
Now, if people comment, where will we see it on this screen?
I see it on the right, and I can click it to bring it up here. Let me see if I click one here. There's nobody comment. Yeah, here we go. I can click show, comment here, everyone. So I have to just click the show.
Okay, nice. All right, cool. Yeah, this is all new for us. We're excited about this software, though. We're going to be able to make it better as we figure it out how to work it.
Yep. So
nice. So how was your week, Brett?
Well, I took my normal days off last week. I could have worked every day, but I'm doing the same thing this week. I'm trying not to overwork myself because it's definitely been very stressful out there, grocery shopping for other people. It's been rewarding on a lot of aspects. I've actually been able to help out some of the members I really like, especially a couple of the elderly ones, making sure they get in their groceries. Been lucky enough to get some toilet paper when it pops in the store and I happen to be there, and I text them and say, do you want this, or call them? And it's also like, yes, I was hoping you could find some. And it's just it's been a very interesting time that we live in right now with the virus, the social distancing, the voluntary basically quarantining. And then I've got a couple of the shopper friends that are in personal quarantine now. One said she may have had somebody that she worked with may have been exposed, and then another one is currently pregnant, so she's got to watch it, and she's actually talking about wanting to come back out. She's taking precautions after she sees her doctor. So it's a lot of interesting times going on right now. And for the business has shipped, they're doing a really good job taking care of us. We got emails saying if something happens to us where we get the corona, they're actually going to pay us over 2 weeks what our average was the previous 4 weeks. So they are looking to take care of us.
Oh, that's nice.
They tell us not to go out if you don't feel safe or comfortable. They've implemented a majority of porch drops, which is we just leave it right at the door for the person, and most people want that, and that's been great. I only have to actually see them when I've got to deliver alcohol, and they have to sign for it. But I mean, sanitizing my phone every time to keep myself safe as well as keep the other people safe. And
Your phone is the part most people are overlooking.
Yeah, I've been cleaning.
Everyone's scared to death of touching everything, and your phone is worse than, it's like 8 times worse than a toilet bowl.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I last Thursday took the day to clean out all my supplies. I used all my bags, all my boxes, everything. So they were disinfected, so that way everything is ready to go. Because that's one of the things people don't do is they don't clean their bags. I even heard people talking when they're using old bags at the grocery store going, "Oh yeah, I never cleaned those." And it's like, yeah, you should, because they get other things, not just corona, but it's gonna be a million other diseases and that. I try to clean mine once in a while, but I figured, well, take an extra step and sprayed them down with a product called Pursue I get through Amway, and it kills 99.9% of the virus and germs and all that it comes in contact with, including flu, HIV. So I think it's got to be strong enough for corona or COVID-19, because there is, I guess, a whole string of coronaviruses.
Correct. COVID-19 is the specific strain.
But yeah, so it's been an interesting week. We're doing fine. I've had some people reach out to Mom and I just to see how we're doing. Unfortunately, all our appearances have been canceled all the way until Gem City. Right now is the only my next one, which is the end of April, and we're waiting to see if that is able to happen, because we're being canceled by the cities and states that these shows were in. So
I'm gonna try to move my camera slightly here.
okay,
I'm wondering if part of the problem is how close my computer is to the wall.
it could be.
So I will try. See if that helps a little bit.
All right. So yeah, you're
kind of yeah.
So
yeah, my week also kind of the same. You know, you got the whole quarantine potential issue going on and all that, but a hand sanitizer and all that fun stuff. I've been having fun reading all the different conspiracy theories online as to what is actually going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's a lot of fun deep state theories out there I've been enjoying. So that's what I've been doing. Also, I got in the mail my novel.
Oh, nice.
So it's Rise of Skywalker, the novelization's out, and up to chapter 2 right now. Looking forward to reading this week, get that out of the way, see all the differences from the movie, not differences, but added content. It's the expanded edition. So
okay. Well, we've got Kevin Miner joined in, so I said howdy to Kevin there. And you can see
well, since Kevin's jumping in, I got some exciting news to announce.
Oh,
yeah. So over the last week or so, I've announced my upcoming comic book series, Crimson Shadows. It's a really cool story that takes place in the late 1800s in England. You got it's Jack the Ripper, there's vampires, there's demons involved, and angels, and all this stuff all colliding together, and the chaos is just amazing. And and I got J. Travis Smith, I announced last week, as my penciler. He's doing an amazing job. And this week I can announce my inker, which is Kevin Miner. So yeah, so very excited about that. He's probably going to sneak in a bunch of F-bombs into all his inking or something, is what I'm assuming. I have to find all those little spots where actually all his inking is written in that word. He puts the F word just so many times it inks it in. But yeah. So I'm excited to announce that he has a very strong black and white inking style that he uses that I've always enjoyed. He's a fan of horror and of the Hellboy guy, Magnola.
Mm-hmm.
His name?
Mike
Kevin. Mike Magnola. That's right. Yeah. Kevin does a great job with his black and white, so he's definitely going to enhance the project with his presence.
Yeah, scrolling at Kevin E. Meinert, MEINERT.com. That's where you can check out his artwork. Again, another great artist, friend of ours that we do shows with that unfortunately not going to see for a little bit yet. Kind of bummed.
I know. So right now for Comic-Cons, the CDC is recommending the next 8 weeks all large gatherings be canceled. And right now, Motor City is 9 weeks out. So
And they are posting. They're watching it. They're not
Yep.
canceling anything yet. They're going to cancel when they're forced to. I know they moved Lexington Comic Con to the same weekend, and they're posting that they're watching the dates too, hoping they don't have to postpone it.
Yeah, I mean, we got a ton of Comic Cons were announced. Did Tasticon? They just announced their new date. They moved to August. Their
Okay.
Toledo show. You got Louisiana Comic Con was canceled. WonderCon, RocketCon. There's like a ton of them here. So right now, the 8-week period takes you to mid May. Right
Okay.
now, so if everybody cancels through that period, we're all the conventions through mid May. So now, according to the president, this could potentially go out to August even.
Yeah, as long as they don't cancel, they need to not go that far because they can't cancel our Vegas Denver trip. We got to get out to Vegas and Denver.
I know, right?
Yeah. So that's what I want. So definitely want Motor City. It's a home show, stuff like that. So, but we're gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna just continue working my normal schedules since it's all back to normal for me in terms of no shows. But and continue to work on new books while you're working on the Crimson Shadows.
Yep.
And hopefully get launched here shortly and that. So.
What's interesting is for us on a personal note is this kind of was a not throwaway year, but a transition year for us. And our whole goal was to have new content for next year. And that's what we're working hard on right now. And this is all working out okay for me because it's actually giving me the extra time to really focus on this stuff and ramp everything up for next year's circuit.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, all of you people, you're stuck at home during this time. What are those things you've wanted to do? Maybe you do them, while you're home.
Well, I mean, I know for me, I've been seeing a lot of people post they're watching a lot of movies. You get the students. There's a lot of kids that are home that actually still have schoolwork, so they're working on their classroom stuff. They're doing the stream, the streaming on that. A lot of digital classrooms right now.
Yep.
And I think it varies from school to school. I've heard Ann Arbor is doing really well with that. I'm not sure some of the other outlying districts around me that are doing well. I know yesterday during the day, I saw a bunch of kids out at the park playing here where I live at. So, I mean, you can't keep them quarantined in the house all day long because they're going to get bored and frustrated. And they're going to make you mad.
Yep. They don't have to worry about the virus at their age, but they do have to worry about enraging their parents.
Kevin Meyer says, Bert True. I don't know who Bert is. Got time to focus on our stuff. Yep. And that's what we're going to do is focus on our stuff. It's gonna be interesting. This is the first real week of everything, and we're kind of closing in to what spring break would have been around here and a lot of places. Right. So what changed was travel plans. I mean, people were probably planning on going somewhere. Can't go to Disney, can't go to Universal, can't do a lot of stuff. Although Florida says the beaches are packed and they won't close the beaches. But
also
warmer.
Some people I know who are travel agents are posting some tips. Mm-hmm. If your trip is going to be canceled, let's say they close Disney World, what they're saying is don't cancel and then rebook. Go through your travel agent or whoever you order through and reschedule through them, because there's a lot of specials for incentives for people who are being forced to reschedule. If you cancel outright and then rebook, you're going to miss out on those.
Yeah.
So however you booked your trips, be sure to go through that same source for rebooking.
Yeah, because I was supposed to go down to South Carolina next week. I was able to easily cancel the hotel because I booked it through the Marriott website and there was no cancellation fees. So that was all taken care of. And don't have any other hotels I have to cancel at this time. I know talking with Kevin, we had a Airbnb for Indiana Comic Con, which got postponed. We haven't got dates yet for that one. I'm looking forward to that. I did get dates right away for South Carolina, but unfortunately it's the weekend before San Diego. And it was just too much to try to go down to South Carolina, get home, then go to San Diego. Especially if you're hopefully just getting back from Denver like the week before. Right. Some other personal commitments I have around that time. So the nice thing is you just work with everybody's working with everybody. I know all the airlines are working with everybody. I'm sure Airbnb is working with everybody. It's something that nobody can do, and it didn't really come out of nowhere, but the closing cancellations and jumps on that jumped out of, from, yeah, we're fine to the next day, shut it all down. And
Correct.
that's where we're at right now.
So this wave of cancellations and everything and quarantining, it's causing some impact to the movie universe and theatrical releases and potentially how movies are released. They're looking at doing straight to rentals for some of these movies now, things like that.
Yeah, they're next week. You can actually for $19.99 rent the new Birds of Prey and watch that. So I mean, that's they're going to go. Universal's doing a bunch of their movies that way. It's kind of interesting. I mean, $19.99 just to rent for 48 hours is a lot, but if you're going to take your family to the movies, it's actually going to be cheaper to rent it for 2 days and watch it a bunch of times than if you went one time with a family of 4, even and paying, heck, even at a matinee price of $5 or $6, you're still spending $20.
Correct. Yeah. So this is an interesting thing because the studios have actually been thinking about doing this method anyways, and theaters have been really worried about it because they need that exclusivity for their profit margins on their end. And with this whole coronavirus, it's given the studios the excuse to sidestep the theaters now and do this as a test run.
Right.
Yeah. So some of those movies they've announced, one of the big ones for more recent, you got the Black Widow movie just been delayed. That was coming out in a few weeks. And look at some big ones. They have not really. It was May 1st originally. Now it's to be determined. Some of the big ones. Oh, the Beastie Boys story got delayed.
Yes. Yeah, that one. Mulan's a big one. That was supposed to come out next week, and they have not determined when that will come out now.
Yep. New Mutants.
New Mutants, as much as it got canceled, has now been postponed again.
Let's see.
Oh, A Quiet Place 2. They pushed back the release indefinitely.
That was March 20th originally.
Yeah, Peter Rabbit. Yeah, that's being August 7th now.
No Time to Die, as we know.
Yeah,
that one's November 25th.
And we kind of speculated, maybe they're moving it because of it's not very good, but maybe they were just ahead of the curve on them closing all the theaters.
Maybe.
Because around here, I think almost all of them are closed. Like AMC closed, Magic closed. I know Regal Cinema says they're closed. I don't know about Cinemark or MJR, but I'm sure if they are, they're also limited capacities.
Fast and Furious 9 delayed to April 2nd, 2021.
Yeah, I mean,
I won't miss
that's
it.
a big deal going a whole year away from when they were supposed to come out, but it kind of makes sense in some ways because there's going to be movies that are all going to scramble to get out and fighting for the few dollars that'll be there. So
and some movies will do better with the summer crowd. So
yeah,
let's see. Yeah, so there's quite a few here, and as it goes on, it could keep extending.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna, and I think too, like a lot of these to be determines. I think they don't want to keep delaying, so they don't want to announce like July, and then if this goes into August, like they're speculating it possibly could, they don't have to reschedule everything again. So that'll be interesting. And also on Disney, they moved up the release of Frozen 2, released that early.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus as of this past week. It was supposed to launch on Sunday, but I saw it on their Saturday.
Yeah, so this is interesting how it's all unplaying and unfolding.
Yeah. Now, Rise of Skywalker came out on digital purchasing early, and it'll be out on Blu-ray in 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. Yeah, it's the end of the month.
March 31st.
Yes. So I plan on buying it then. I'm not going to buy the digital ahead of time, but I'm wondering how soon after that will they throw it up on Disney Plus if all this is still going on, because they're at least the companies like this are shut up a little bit to say, hey, we're going to get some stuff out for you guys, so as we know you're going to be.
Don't forget, they're still money makers.
Oh yeah.
And I think they're going to withhold Rise of Skywalker because they know people will pay for it.
Yeah, well, I think what they're seeing is people are already buying the digital, because I've already seen a bunch of people post they've watched it a bunch of times.
Yep. Also, I think
I'm thinking a month later we could see it go Disney Plus a little earlier than what was planned.
I don't think it's going to go to Disney Plus because I think they're going to want to keep the demand for buying the current copies, but also I really think there's going to be a second release later this year with the extended cut in
Okay.
theaters. I think they're going to release the cut with the extra hour or 40 minutes, whatever it is, with all those deleted scenes added. Because I think a lot of the deleted scenes they talked about are not on the deleted scenes reel, is my
Yeah.
understanding. Now, I haven't watched them yet, so I don't know for sure. But that's what I heard. I don't think they included the stuff that would be in the extended cut in the bonus section.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the full breakdowns yet, so
One thing Star Wars has always been constant with is coming
yeah.
out with another variant to make more money.
Well, and that's the thing. And the thing is this too is that if they go to uh, release the theatrical on Disney Plus, they could still release in the theaters an
That's true.
extended cut, or come out on home video with the extended cut, but not put it on Disney Plus right away. They did
True.
that with remember they did that with the X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah, but nobody watched any.
Actually, Days of Future Past did well. It did well in the theater, and then it did well with the extended cut that came out.
Was that the last one?
No. This was like 2
Oh.
years ago. This was the second,
Oh,
the newest one.
got it. Oh, this was the one with Wolverine.
Yeah, where he went back in time and everything else. It was actually done very well. And then the road cut came out. They did a limited release of that. They put it pretty much right on video right away because they knew that's where it was going to make its money.
Right.
And actually, I liked the road cut a lot. I waited to buy it when I knew they're coming with that. I waited to buy it on home video just to get both the road cut and the theatrical one together for the price. So
Right. Yeah, so there'll definitely be some adjusting. One thing this has taught me too,
yes,
Netflix has really gone down in quality on what they have. A lot of stuff I'm watching on there, I'm like, isn't that good?
well,
I think they've
flooded their system with a lot of stuff that's exclusive to them that I've never heard of.
right.
But I
think they went for quantity over quality.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it's not even their productions. I think it's like they put their tag at the beginning, but all they did was just buy it to own it, to have it as rights for. They didn't pay for the production of it itself.
Right.
So I think that's where we're seeing. They've gone to like all the independents and people that I have a movie. They took it on tour for the different showcases and things like that. They said, okay, yeah, hey, that's cool. Let's bring it on our system and do that. I noticed that a little bit with Amazon Prime's got a bunch of new stuff up too. I mean, they've had some good ones like the one that you and I talked about last week. But then there's gonna be a lot of just kind of crappy stuff out there. But it's also this is reminding me of when home video took off in the 80s and you had to come out of nowhere creating content, and for streaming channels they could do so much themselves, but they need people to just create stuff and say, here, buy this from me. And they're making it for $1 million and hoping they get 1.5 million out of it, and that's about what they're getting probably. So
well, that's it. Yeah. Well, if you can create a lot of mediocre stuff that makes mediocre money, but you spent mediocre money to make it, the risk is actually pretty low. You're kind of becoming McDonald's. You're making a low quality product at a low cost and selling it for a low price, but it's quantity that's making you the money.
Well, we're going to see that though. Think about it. We've now got, Netflix was the leader for the longest time, but now Disney Plus has come up pretty strong. But even then, they still only have a ton of stuff on there. They have a lot of stuff, but it still feels very limited to compare to other ones, considering the fact that I think a majority of us that are fans of a lot of that stuff, like the Marvel and things like that, own them and own not just the physical part, but the digital side already too. So streaming through the channel doesn't matter. And then you got in Amazon Prime, and they got a bunch of stuff, and they're throwing a ton of classic stuff up there now. I just saw a whole slew of Jerry Lewis stuff pop up, things like that. Then you've got Universal supposedly come out with one in May. Haven't heard if that's been delayed or not because of everything going on. That's Comcast Universal's thing tied into NBC. CBS they're all access, but looking at the CBS All Access, I'll be honest with you, it's kind of lackluster on that too. Pay the money they want, other than to get their exclusives, which is the Star Trek stuff, is the best stuff on there.
Here I'm looking at a list of the release schedule for Disney Plus right now. You got Avengers: Infinity War scheduled for June 25th. I thought that was on there already. Ant-Man and Wasp, July 29th. Now that's definitely on. Maybe Infinity War is on one of the other ones. Maybe that's on Netflix.
Yeah, and Amazon Prime has a lot of those too. So they come
Let's
out
see.
for that.
Solo is July 9th. Come over. Rise of Skywalker. They're saying mid 2020 on this list for Rise of Skywalker to Disney Plus.
I think if we kind of get more back to normal and people are going to the theaters again in the next month, the Rise of Skywalker going to Disney Plus will hold to when they originally wanted to put it on there, which was the middle of summer. And they're doing that. They're gonna go. It's gonna be the home video releases. It's gonna be like about 3 months or so, 3 to 4 months after the theatrical release, and then 3 to 4 months later for Disney for all their properties. They're gonna throw them up on their Disney Plus because it's all revenue regardless of how you get it. Once the initial purchasings happen, they're done. Let's get on the streaming, and if people don't have the streaming service, they're gonna go buy it because they want to watch it on there too.
Yeah. So according to this, let's see. The Marvel Universe TV series for Disney Plus looks like Falcon and Winter Soldier is scheduled for August.
Yeah.
For a release. I'm not seeing when is the WandaVision.
I thought that was
here it is.
November.
December. Okay, it says December. Loki, spring 2021.
Yeah.
Marvel, What If, summer 2021. Now, what's going to be interesting is even though these release dates could be far safe from the coronavirus, a lot of shooting schedules have gone on hold now. Yes. So these could get pushed out because of shooting schedules being shut down right now.
Yeah, there's nothing filming right now. There's no TV or movies. They shut everything down. Yep. Supernatural's almost done filming the last couple episodes, and they had to shut that down. So we're not going to get the finale for that until sometime down the road. I'm waiting to see when a lot of these shows are usually done by now anyway. So there's a few that will be able to finish their runs this year, but there's some that we're just finishing up over this next couple weeks, and they're going to be, so now we're going to be delayed until if they go back to shooting in the next few weeks, they'll still be able to air on time. Because right now, everything that's filmed now was slated for like May releases or later.
Right.
So
that's interesting. Now, some of the rumors popping up are interesting too for the Marvel movie side of things, as far as Captain Marvel. You hear the rumors? Henry Cavill?
No, I hadn't.
The rumor mill is Henry Cavill is going to be Wolverine.
Well, yeah, I did hear that. I mean, that's a lot of speculation. I haven't seen anything official on that, but
well, that's probably the only thing that would make me want to watch Captain Marvel too.
Well, the thing I noticed, and we've talked about how we really were not impressed with the actress playing Captain Marvel, and it had to do with her performance in that movie. But I noticed that when they talk about the female superheroes they're pushing with Disney, she's not mentioned a lot lately.
No, I think they've restructured.
Yes.
Did you see the car ad she's in?
No.
She's in this car ad. What's her name? Brie Larson. And when you look at the ad on YouTube, there's like 500 thumbs up and over 10,000 thumbs down.
Oh, that's bad.
That's not a good ratio. Poor Brie. You know what? She brought it on herself. As far as being an actress, she's okay. She's not great. She's not horrible.
I've been fine with her in, but I'll be honest. When I went in and saw Captain Marvel, I came out and I was like, I didn't feel like she did the part right. She was flat. I felt like she didn't put anything into it. And then of course her interviews. I mean, I think it was a shame the way she was talking to reporters.
Yeah. Well, and that was her biggest problem, is the way she came off during that process transferred over to how people viewed her, I think, in her acting. I mean, like I said, trying to be fair to her, like even before I didn't like her, when I saw her in the King Kong movie, for instance, I thought she was very bland. I didn't care for her there, and I had no personal feelings towards her one way or the other at that time. But I didn't see her as lead material.
No,
she'd be fine as a background character. Like if she played like how Hawkeye and Black Widow were in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, who were the secondary characters. Yeah, I think she'd be fine as that kind of a role, but not as a main.
No. So Yeah, that's why Captain Marvel 2, I'm not really excited about it all unless there's something in it that's going to tie in really worthwhile, like a Henry Cavill being Wolverine. They're expanding, the universe a little better with, and she's not, even though it's her movie, she's not the main focus. Kind of almost like a Captain America: Civil War was more of another Avengers movie, but it's under the guise of Captain America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the other rumor is I saw this morning. I don't know how new or old it is. I've heard rumblings of it in the past, but for the next Spider-Man movie, they're saying Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil.
Yeah, I did see that. I'm definitely all for that. Because
That'll be nice.
And they're talking about doing another him in the movies, bringing in John Bernthal as the Punisher in the movies, maybe giving him his own full length movie, which would be great because I love the Punisher series. I would love to. I think
what I was reading about that one is they would go with the full hardcore R rating, make it a Punisher, intense Punisher movie.
Yes,
which would be pretty sweet.
I think so. Yep.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting the way the Marvel stuff plays out. Now that Black Widow's been pushed back and they're not doing in production right now, and so I think we're gonna get some delays in some of the way they were gonna go. So we'll see what gets cut. Because there might be some stuff they say, well, we'll just scrap this, and this, and move on, and not worry about it because it doesn't fit into their play anyway. So
yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. So what else we got going on, Scott?
What else? There's so much else. Where to begin? Well, do you want to leave the coronavirus talk? I'm fine with leaving that. If you are, it's up to you.
That's all what everybody's talking about. So it's kind of been talked to death, and no pun intended. But
I can talk a side topic related.
Yeah.
My New England Patriots are losing their leader, Tom Brady.
I saw where he's going down there for about $30 million. Don't blame him for taking the money. Good, go for it.
I think it's a 3-year deal.
Is it 3 year? I hadn't heard the amount of years yet.
Yeah, so it's like a $90 million deal or something.
My thought is this: I love Tom Brady. I've been a fan of Tom Brady since he's at University of Michigan. I like the Patriots. I'm from Detroit, so I'm a Lions fan. And then by the third week, we're done anyway, so it doesn't matter. I would love to have seen him come here because I'm like, you want a real challenge? Come to Detroit and make this team win a playoff game. That's all we need. And
he likes a challenge, not suicide.
Yeah, it would be a parade. We won a playoff game. Marching through the streets, up and down Woodward, and Lansing's burning cow. It'd be great.
I know he would just have to come here to win a game.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
So
that would become the shining achievement in his career. Yeah. Won a playoff game with Detroit. Never mind all the Super Bowls.
What it reminds me of is Jerry Maguire, and they had Jerry O'Connell was the great football player. He's either gonna surf or ski. So Tom Brady's gone up to the New England, so he skied already. Now he's going down to Florida and do a little surfing and beaching.
Yeah. What's funny is I remember a few weeks ago on the radio, sports radio, they were speculating about Tom Brady leaving, and one of the guys thought they were all speculating what team would they go to, and one of the guys said, "I think he's going to go to Tampa." Mm-hmm. They crucified him for saying that. Like, you're crazy. He's going to California, or they listed all these other teams. He's like, look at the setup. He went through salary, everything, and the players they have. He's like, it really is the perfect team for him. Yeah. And they thought he was nuts. Yeah. Well, look at it now. And to be fair to Tom Brady too, I mean, like, I'm seeing posts from New England fans. Now, some are very happy for him, kind of like when Justin Verlander left. You got people who are fans of Verlander who are saying, hey, you know what? Thanks for the memories, and maybe now you can get that championship. And I'm seeing a lot of that. But then you get people also who are like, you should always be with us. It's like, it's a business. It's a career. Well, he earned the right to make this money.
Baseball, the way it went, though, is the last few years, a majority of the Tigers helped win those games because they.
That's what's funny.
It's like Detroit's become the greatest farm league in the last 10 years.
That is true. It's
a shame because I'm a Detroit Tigers fan too. So.
Yeah, I personally, I'm curious to see how it goes because I think for Tom Brady, this is also Brady and Belichick are linked.
Yes.
And having them separated for both of them this next year, they're both going to want to prove they can win without the other one.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes, assuming we have football this year.
Yeah.
If we don't, the Lions will finally have an undefeated season. So
yeah,
they've already had an undefeated season when they went 0-16.
Oh, that was a bad year.
Yeah, so if it's canceled, they'll be undefeated. So we have that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully we get some sports back. I'm kind of bummed this year we're not doing the March Madness brackets. You know, nobody's getting a chance to do any sports betting with that. Just became legal last Wednesday. It's kind of interesting timing. Sports betting's legal and everything's closed tomorrow. So
right,
all tied in together there. And then
so how about this? What if everything being closed the way it is, and people being forced back into their houses and actually talking to family? What are some of the upsides you see to the current situation?
Well, you know, upsides in this, we're going to see some families hopefully reconnecting on a different level. I've seen a lot of people posting they're breaking up board games. What games should we play? I know people talking about they're going to get more reading done that are being sequestered. You can't go out to eat, so they're cooking at home more. We may see the family dynamic almost go back to what it was back in the 50s and 60s, you know, prior to technology really taking over everybody.
I'm really hoping, getting back to the reading part, is I'm hoping people reconnect to reading, and I'm hoping this helps our industry for comic books. I'm hoping people start rediscovering comic books, and maybe the value to an actual physical copy, you know, and holding something and reading it when you want, and not being stuck on the phone to read it or a tablet to read it. I'm really hoping this will be a way for people to reconnect with things like you said, board games. You know, people are rediscovering those. So that I was watching this one little news article, news story earlier, and every day this week, the family's been getting Monopoly out and playing Monopoly together, where they never did that before. You know,
and I think that's cool because you know the watching movies and stuff all day long is great in theory, but after a while, it gets kind of boring, and
it gets boring.
You need to have some interaction and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm seeing things where some of the celebrities are actually reading stories to children online. I think it's kind of interesting, and that's a nice way to help. But I think it's a chance for the parents to start reading to the kids, interacting with kids, talking and stuff, introducing new things to them, saying, "Well, okay, you've never read this, you've never watched this or done this. Let's do this." You know, that you can still go outside. That's the thing with they're trying to stress a little bit. People aren't getting is you can go outside in your yard and play. You can go out and do things outside, especially if you're in. It's gonna be 63 here on Friday, and you know that's gonna be a little bit warmer. So get outside if you're gonna be stuck at home all day and play in the yard and throw the ball around.
Make sure you get out on that day because the next day is gonna be 38.
Yeah, I know. We're in Michigan, so we're not back to cold. But then I look down at Florida. For those in Florida, man, it's 87 degrees the next couple of days down in Florida. How great would that be to live down there?
Yeah, get outside and enjoy it.
You know, and enjoy the weather.
And it's healthy. It's healthy to get fresh air. It is.
Yeah.
You know, it's not good to be locked in your house nonstop.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean that's what I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see a return to some family dynamics. I do think one thing I'm going to encourage people to do is, and I'm doing this myself. I am cooking a lot. I always like to cook, but we are still trying to support some of our favorite restaurants and do takeout. There's a lot of people that are being laid off that because the restaurants have to close because they can't handle a takeout capacity for whatever reason. Yeah. If you got a local place that can do it, but keep in mind, local will also include some of your fast food places. Keep in mind that even though those are big corporations, the people that work there are your local neighbors that are still trying to make a living working there, and they need. So if you would normally go and get a Big Mac, go get a Big Mac. Don't feel like you can't do that because you need to support an independent restaurant too. Try to support them all as much as you can, but don't spend money you don't have either.
Even on for me, for instance, with my comic book, because of what's going on, I accelerated some of my payments to my artist so that he'd have the money to, I want my book done, but I want to make sure he's not fighting for survival.
Yeah. I mean, I'm able to go make money. I've got my apps. I can run out there and do that right now if I want to, but I'm also worried about, the fact that it's going to dry up because people don't have money to order through shipped. And then I'm like, so I've been, looking at what I made this past week. I'm actually going to be over a month ahead. I'm getting everything paid this weekend for
Yep.
my April bills, so everything's covered. So that way, if it gets a little slower for a while, I still got money in the bank. I know you and
Right.
real estate do the same thing, just to plan ahead. We're always trying to plan. So we've been through this as artists, where
Yeah.
money was light. We didn't do as well at shows. We, took some gambles. Like, okay, we're out some money. And I mean, the unfortunate part is with some shows being canceled, I've had some refunds come back to me, so they've gone back on to my account. So that helps.
It suddenly popped in my head a potential meme that we could do. In Avengers, where they ask Bruce Banner, "What's your secret?" He's like, "I'm always angry."
Yeah.
It's all the people during this time asking artists, "How are you surviving?" My secret? I'm always broke.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Yeah, you can return cans in Michigan that you find on the side of the road for 10 cents each. Hey, there we go. So
Until you spend a year going to shows, spending $1,000, $1,500 per show, and walking away with 800 in pocket.
yeah,
This is just Tuesday for us, or Wednesday. It's nothing different.
exactly. So on a fun note, just to separate on this too, we talking about the streaming thing this whole time we're trying new is I pulled up, we're actually on YouTube as well for our YouTube.
Oh, nice.
So that's our
So you
YouTube.
can follow us on YouTube and watch us there.
Yep. So we have that capability as well.
Another thing I noticed,
Yep.
just moving my computer a little bit away from the wall, I don't think I've been lagging like I was.
You've had a little bit, so definitely.
But not nearly like I was. So
yeah, I think
I need to move to a different location.
Yeah, and we'll get some microphones so we sound a little bit clearer, as well as I'm gonna start wearing headphones again. I can plug in the headphone without worrying about it too much, and that would probably help with some of the sound too. But I think this has worked out pretty good, and we're gonna do. Nice thing about this, guys, is you may start seeing Scott and I pop on at like 8 o'clock at night and doing some impromptu musings and having some fun with that. And hopefully this will work out for us when we start bringing some guests in. I mean, we'd love to have a guest in the studio, but
we'll call it Odd Musings After Dark.
Yeah, we did a couple of those. And they got a little racy. So we can do an after a nighttime one. We'll get Kevin on so he can drop his F-bombs. And I think what we should do is we should all get like a couple beers. And we'll have, Odd Musings, beer o'clock or whatever. And
beer o'clock.
And we'll have
it's always 5 o'clock.
Yeah. But I want to thank Randy Zimmerman and Barry and Grant for telling us about this. And I know they're Indie Volt. They've been doing this a lot. And
yeah, check them out. Indie Volt. It's INDIE VOLT.
And they're on Facebook as well and all that stuff. I think it's cool. And as we're playing around with this, and I like the fact that I can do the different graphics and take them on, take them off, so we can put up stuff for that. So for any of our pals and friends that own business that are looking at a sponsorship, what a great way we can have a video part of the sponsorship going on and streaming, like even on the scrolling on the bottom. That's kind of nice. And
how do people follow you, Brett, for your art?
Wow. That's going to be kind of easy. Here, I'll put it up here for everybody. And I got to update my website. I got it. So it's not updated yet. But it will be. But that's my website right there. That's the best place to find me. I got links to my Facebook page on there as well. And then I know that Scott is on Facebook at facebook.com/The Art of Scott.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah.
And I'll be making an announcement soon regarding my publishing name that I'm going to be operating under, but I'm holding off because the paperwork's not final, and with all this stuff going on with Corona, I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually go down to get the filings. I might just do it online and make it more efficient.
That's the best way to go, because I have to mess with going and seeing them in person anyway. So remember we did that with Odd Musings, and it was kind of like, okay, why were you even here? Okay, great, here's your 10 minutes. Go.
Yeah. that I think if I do it online, I think I have to go with the higher level, but I think I might just do that and just call it done and then put all my art under it or something. We'll see. Yeah. That's for another time. So
for another time.
Announcement will be coming soon.
Yeah. So
anything else, Brett?
I can't think of anything else. I want to try something here. I want to see if it'll keep our videos up when I put something up here on the screen. So let's try our little intro here and see how this
goes. Yeah, let's experiment.
Never mind.
Let's see what we got.
There's these different things down on the bottom. I can see that
there should be a way, like when Varian does his their pictures will all move to the side, and then the video will pop up on the screen, and you can still see them while they play a video.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to figure out how that works and how that goes, and so I'll have to play around with that a little bit.
Yeah.
So click that. So we'll work on that, and then and see how that goes on that. But yeah, this is kind of cool. This is a lot of fun. Scott, don't sign off yet, because when I end the broadcast, we can chat for just a minute before we actually get offline, which is kind of cool too. We can still do some video chatting.
That's right.
So listen, it's about our normal time to end the show anyways. We're going to be about 10:55. Unfortunately, Dominic's not
All
here
right.
to take us out. So I'm going to take us out. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. If you've got the replays, you'll see them on
Check us out, Brett.
Yeah. The next thing is, hey, guess what? It's on Facebook and YouTube automatically now. You get to see it. It's going to rip the audio later on. So Scott, talk to you in just a minute here. So here we go.